May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another episode of Life in Bali, a Cuke Audio podcast. I'm DC Puva of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, welcoming you. Thank you for joining us. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable and free of economic hardship and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of do as little harm as possible. Now, today's guest in Life in Bali is Untung. He's my tech guy, and you'll hear about that. I got a problem with my computer, I call Untung. And he'll take care of it pretty quick, one way or another. So one thing, hey, if you want to look Untung up on Facebook, it's Koko Com, K-O-M for computer, right? Koko, K-O-K-O, Koko Com. And that way you can tune into him for your computer woes. You know, if I went to America or Europe or anywhere, I would still use Untung because we work with, as I talk about in here, with TeamViewer. So I just get hold of him and he gets on my computer from wherever he is in the world and does what he can. Now, that can only be done with certain problems, but I would certainly use him anytime I could, wherever I was. So let's see, it's January 1st right now. And so this is another in a series of podcasts with Christians. And Untung is a Chinese Indonesian Christian. And he brushes over without much detail about, you know, there being a certain amount of discrimination against Christians in Indonesia, not where he was from. He said it wasn't bad there, but he really likes it here in Bali. But there are places where there have been, and even recently, and he pointed that out. He said persecution of Christians in Indonesia. Now, Christmas Day is a national holiday, and Christian here in Indonesia, Christian means Protestant, and then Catholic is considered a separate religion. Or when you say Christian, you're talking about Protestants. And that's what he is. He's, and you know, we were trying to figure out what church. He said his church is Calvinist, and he goes to the Indonesian Christian church, the Gereja Kristen Indonesia, and the Gereja Reform Injili Indonesia. That's the Indonesian Evangelical Reformed Church. I love what he says about Christmas. I don't want to give everything away, but he says, well, it's when Jesus was born. He's the Savior of the world, and he said, to me, it's just another day. He's and also he'll be talking a little about New Year's Day. which is a big deal to Chinese worldwide. They have their own. They have two New Year's days, uh, and as you'll learn, they weren't allowed to celebrate theirs here for decades, but they can now. Um, now, the government here in Bali. I don't know if it's in. Yeah, it's just Bali. I'm sure. Might just be Denpasar for all I know. I don't know. There was a curfew last night. You you had to get back home by 11. And Katrina was down on the beach in a meeting, with some friends around, near sunset. And she said, like a big truck full of soldiers came up, and some, you know, other officers of the law, maybe they were old soldiers, whatever, in other vehicles, and they're going to make sure that Indonesians didn't flock to Murtasari Beach, which is a very popular place for Indonesians to go, especially on special days. And New Year's Eve and New Year's are very special days. So that didn't happen. And also, as Untung says in the podcast, couldn't go to one of the big public parks where people gather on New Year's. No fireworks. We heard fireworks, but they were forbidden. And now the Bali government has closed Indonesia for the next 10 days or 2 weeks or something. So I think that's including for, I don't know if that's for other Indonesians. Listen, they have to take, they have to take the PCR test to come here. So it's a big hassle to come here at all. But I don't think there's any foreigners being let in for a long, and it's been very hard for them to come in at all anyway. I mean, there's no tourist visas. But there's some extra shutdown now for a while. We don't notice it much where we are, we'll just notice if we go to the beach. I mean, there's a few hotels there that take guests still, and we'll see, even these days there's very, very little activity, so it'll go from very, very little activity down to very, very, very little activity. And we were surprised to see when we walked to the beach today, and we can go the way that the locals go, and we like to walk in that way. They tend to congregate down at the end, by the kite flying field, and there's all sorts of little stands and things, and we tend to go swim in front of the hotels because it's a better place to swim. And so and also they tend to sit on the beach and sit in the water and stand in the water, and there'll be quite a few people there sometimes, so they didn't want that happening. But we were very surprised when we went down today. They weren't they weren't forbidden from going there, but there weren't that many locals going today. There was a moderate number, but we expected it to be like really crowded, but it wasn't. Oh, I'll give you his name. I never even knew his name. He told me on this. It's Untung Sugianto. Sugianto. That's his Indonesian name. And his Chinese name, which they couldn't use for a long time, is Chang Li Ming. Chang Li Ming. But he's just doing Tung. That's good enough. He doesn't think about stuff like that much. he's mainly into doing his job and, being with his family. It's a very nice family. Nice house. And he talks about the Indonesian Chinese father. And I asked him, who was that again? Abdurrahman Wahid. He said, but he's better known as Gus Dur. Gus Dur. He was the president of Indonesia who followed Suharto, and he had mixed Chinese, Arabic, and native blood, and he made life much better for Chinese Indonesians and for Indonesians in general. I really don't know much about Indonesian history, but I know he gets a lot of credit for the the Reformation that happened in 1998 when Suharto was finally had to step down, and I don't know, from 65 to 98, things were a little oppressive. A lot of progress, but people more look back to Sukarno as the father of Indonesia and the good guy, but they got worried about communists, and he got overthrown, and there was a massacre in 65, 66. Estimates I've seen are 500,000 to 1 million people in Indonesia, and a lot of them, maybe most of them, maybe the great majority of them were Chinese Indonesians who were associated with, because some of them were communists. But it just started to be like you could have anybody you wanted killed, and people, flipped out and ran amok, a Indonesian term. And I asked Untung about problems around 97, 98, but he was living in Bali by then, and so he didn't respond to that. I mean, 98's he's aware of as when things got reformed here. I mean, they opened up more. People could breathe again, and but at the time that Suharto was deposed, there were riots, and there was, when people get worked up here, they go attack the Muslims, they go attack Chinese. So I just glanced at some of the history, and it said like about 1,000 Chinese were killed then in different places, not here in Medan, which was a big center of the early one. And Medan is the Medan. Where is that? Sumatra. It's the city that is the center of the movie The Act of Killing. If you want to see a really great and shocking and really horrifying documentary, horrifying not in challenging footage, but in it's the movie is based on interviews with and time with leaders of death squads, and which there'd never been any, and no reckoning, no truth commissions, nothing here, and there wasn't from the 98 thing either. Anyway, so that's enough of all that. There's a lot on the internet about the situation with Chinese in Indonesia. You can just Google those things. But for a little while, we're just going to talk to Untung. So I guess we'll just go right into it. Hi, Untung.
Hi, David.
Yeah, so thanks a lot. Um, you are being recorded right now. So
Okay, yeah, start.
thanks a lot for talking with me. Uh, and so, Untung, your business is Koko Computer. And
Correct.
uh, I have been a very satisfied customer of yours for 6 years around there.
Oh,
Um,
thank you much. Huh?
and you always have really good staff, and if I have a problem, any type of problem, you'll send somebody over uh, on a motor scooter, and if they can't fix it, they'll bring it
Yes.
back to you. How did you get into this business?
Yeah, it's start when I was going. Sorry, I was originally from Java.
Uh huh.
So when I'm finished senior high school, I go to Bali to continue my study in hotel and tourism school.
Mm.
Hmm. And I'm finished or I graduate from the and tourism school in Nusa Dua.
Uh huh.
Then I continue uh, to study the accounting in Udayana University in Denpasar.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
ah, when I study in accounting faculty, and then I found a friend who interested with the computer,
Mm-hmm.
and his name is Wens Arpandi. Wens like a Wendy, yeah. Wens. So starting then, I like the computer, and then I start the business.
From when did you move to Bali? What year?
In 1989.
Oh, I know you're older than you look. Uh,
Yeah.
and wow, that's a while ago. Um, and when did you start? Uh, and when did you get out of the mm, hotel school and start?
The hotel tourism school.
Yeah,
So in 1989, I went to the school in Nusa Dua for 1 year.
yeah.
So I finished my 1 year diploma, and then uh, I've also ever worked in the hotel for, yeah, I think 1 year.
Yeah.
And then my brother told me to continue again to study in uh, in the university.
Uh,
So at the time, I don't know what I chose, but uh, suddenly I choose accounting. So when I start in Udayana University, I think 89, 91, 1991.
is 91 when you started getting into computers?
No, like I told you before that I have a friend when I study in accounting faculty. So it's about another 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so I know he like computer, so I came to his house. So I learning computer, and then after the 2 years, so I think it's in 1993.
Mm. Uh-huh. Wow. So that's 27 years. Um, I enjoy watching you work sometimes because we use Team Viewer. I might have a problem and I'll call you up and you'll tell me, open up your Team Viewer and send me a snapshot of the ID and the password. Then you'll connect and then you'll start running my computer. And then you go into directories and uh, folders and files that are endless and I don't even know exist in there. and you're very fast. And it's
Oh yeah, this, by experience. Yeah, it's about 20, 25, like 25, 27 experience in the computer.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Well, where are you from in Java?
From Jember, East Java.
East Java, closer to here. Um,
Yes, 8 hour by car from Denpasar. Yeah,
yeah, from
to my
Denpasar to
home city is 8 hour.
um,
Hey, David. Uh,
yeah,
David, sorry,
yes.
is interrupt. This is somebody coming. Want to fix the computer. So we will continue again. I think another 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Look, I have plenty to do. And that's no problem at all. Just do what you have to do, and let me know when you're through. And you or just call me back.
Yeah, I call you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, see what happened there? He got a call. Somebody needed help, and uh, he'll probably hook up to their computer with TeamViewer and fix it for him, whatever. He's like a doctor. He's on call. And we're doing this later in the day, connecting around, it was about 6 in the evening because he, he tries not to work them. But even then, he gets called. I call him. I try not to call him at 9 at night. But man, he's like a doctor. He'll just bang right there, and he'll try to fix whatever your problem is. So he called me back, and here we go again. What was it like in East Java where you grew up? What
About
what was your childhood like?
you mean about the culture or about my friend?
Yeah, yeah. The culture, your family, your life there.
Okay, so I was born from Indonesia Chinese, and then everywhere in Indonesia we are the minority. This is
Mm-hmm.
it's fine actually. Yeah, but when I was since I was a child until I think it's 1990. The world in
Mm-hmm.
Indonesia we are fine, but after the 2000 I think, yeah, the world also changing because it's Islamic radical. So
Yeah.
in my opinion, we are fine in Indonesia, even the double minority. Yeah, so we are Chinese, we are Christian, and then in Java is most, of course, is a Muslim, and then in my
Yeah.
hometown in Jember, the majority is from Madura ethnic.
Mm-hmm.
Of the, I think Madura ethnic is about 70 or 80%. The rest is from the other ethnic. So I
Mm-hmm.
live in Java. Everything is fine so far. I mean, yeah, we don't have something is uh, something happen just like a normal. Yeah. So I have a good friend with many friend, many culture, many ethnic. Um, hmm,
Yeah. Did your did your family experience any problem in the mid '60s when there were so many Chinese killed? I mean, they were supposedly killing communists, but many Chinese were killed in sort of like a mass hysteria.
yeah, that's true. In Indonesia, we have the Independent Day in 1945, and then after
Yeah.
the Independent Day, we are still start this country, um, and then when we had start the at that word at that time the word after Cold War, yeah, I think between
Yeah.
between West and West and with Soviet, I think. Yeah. So Soviet
Yeah.
with the communists and China. Now we start have a problem when in 1965. Actually, not with us, it's with Chinese, but with the Communist Party, because they
Yeah.
like I think the Suharto think that this is have the backup from Communist Party in China, so they will start to
Yeah.
blame the Chinese people in Indonesia. Nah, this is I heard in the history that many people killed, also including the Chinese, and then
Yeah.
some of the Chinese people in Indonesia, they back to China, like in my uncle. My uncle, one of my uncle sent to China because that time we think my grandparents think that it is not safe here anymore.
Yeah.
We not move all the family back to China because we don't have money for that. So
Yeah.
most of us is stay in Indonesia. I mean, like my mother, my grandfather, grandmother, and the whole family. So I can say some people are back to China, only few.
Yeah. So, like you said, you're a double minority because you're Chinese and Indonesian
Christian.
and you're Christian. Yeah. Now, our best, Katrinka and my best friends in Kuala Lumpur, and we've stayed with them, are Chinese Buddhists. And all our friends in Kuala Lumpur are Chinese Buddhists. And they've been, depending on what year, are, somewhat nervous about the growth of, radical Islam there, which tends to uh, be a threat to them. I think it's better now.
Yeah.
Uh, but are I I think it's worse there than here, and I think it depends here on where you are. And there's been some discrimination and various bad things happen just with Christians in Indonesia. Have you experienced any discrimination as a Christian?
Yeah, like I told you, for me, since I was child until now, we are fine, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I live in Java. No, I mean this is my personal experience, but in Java also many things happen, not like before. This year, if you read the news, there is many discrimination with the church to celebrate Christmas, something. But in my hometown,
Mm-hmm.
in Jember, no, we are fine there. Some in
Uh-huh.
something happened in West Java. In West Java,
Mm.
like from Bandung, Sukabumi, Bogor. Over there, the the radical Muslim is plenty. As you heard,
Oh,
in
yeah.
Indonesia they call it Hizbut Tahrir Indonesia. Hizbut Tahrir, I think also in
Mm-hmm.
Egypt and in Middle East. I thought is what is
Oh,
Hizbut
yeah.
Tahrir? I think correct. In Indonesia, they call it Hisputa here in Indonesia. So in West Java is worse. Middle Java, yeah, let's say like a middle between East Java, West and East. In the East, it happened, but not many case. In Bali, no, in Bali is fine. So I'm lucky when I grew, and then until today, I have the right place to stay.
Yeah.
So for me, so far it's fine. If your question is something happened with the other people, I can tell you.
Yeah. Now, your family was...
No, my family, my father and mother is a Buddhist.
Oh, your father and mother were Buddhist.
Only the children is a Christian. Why I become Christian? Because I'm studying in the Christian school. If not, I will become a Buddhist actually.
Well, I knew you were originally Catholic, and I'm just saying this because most people outside of Indonesia don't know this. In Indonesia, there are 6 or 7 official religions that are recognized by the government.
Correct.
How many? 6?
6 now. Is
Catholicism is one of them, and then Protestantism is another one. So they have Christianity divided up between Catholicism, Catholic, and Protestant. So originally, you went to a Catholic school, and originally you were Catholic.
Christian school. Elementary is a Christian school, and then junior high school in the Catholic school.
Because you told me you used to be Catholic. You were originally Catholic, right?
No. Sorry. I was a Christian from start.
Oh,
I'm not Catholic.
I don't know why I got that idea. Yeah. So that's what they say here. Like most places, Christian includes Catholic. But here, if you say Christian, it means Protestant.
Different for the Christian here. So Protestant and Christian Catholic.
Yeah. So could you tell me what Christmas means to you, the Christmas season, and being Christian means to you? Do you mind talking about that?
Okay, so actually, my religion, I just follow my brother because we are studying Christian. So we don't know why we became a Christian. So when the time passed on, and then I know, I become a Christian. And then in my family, my father and mother still Buddhist, so we don't know so much about Christmas. And then when I'm getting bigger, so I know, this is what the mean of the Christian. They are celebrate Christmas. So for me, it's different with my wife. My wife is all the family is Christian, so she doing more about the Christianity. In my opinion, the Christmas, is just to celebrate the Jesus born and the meaning of the Savior of the world. So Christmas for me just the same like another day. not so, not so
Ah, yeah,
special.
yeah.
Mm.
That's very interesting. You're are you a Baptist?
Yeah. Oh no. Christian.
Yeah.
What I am here because when I'm in Java, I go to the different church. When I'm here, I'm different church. I can say it's a Calvinist, yeah, but I don't know what you can say. Not Presbyterian, not what is
Yeah.
the English
Okay.
that one. Which one? But the most Christian in Indonesia is from the Holland people. Yeah? The
Oh,
missionaries of Holland.
yeah.
So we are like in the European. Um, what the name that one? Yeah, I will tell you later if I found what Christian I am.
Oh, well, yeah, Holland, I would think they would be Catholic and Lutheran, but I mean, that's Germany. But I don't really know. Maybe Presbyterian? I
No,
don't know.
not
Yeah.
Christian. I
Um,
think Calvinist. There is a Lutheran, and the other
oh,
call it
yeah.
Calvinist. Luther
Mm,
is meaning
hmm.
by Martin Luther, Calvin by John Calvin.
Yeah, I looked it up online, and the principal Protestant church in the Netherlands is the Dutch Reformed Church, which is uh, Calvinist and Lutheran. On another subject, do you have any thoughts about the political situation in Indonesia? I mean, freedom of speech and uh, do you,
Uh,
how do you feel about the government? Incidentally, nobody listens. Nobody in the government
yeah,
listens to
for us,
podcasts.
for the I am being a Chinese. We not do much on the political because since the year of 1965, all the Chinese
Yeah,
it become like the second citizen. So they're not
yeah,
the military because the government assume, oh, this is the Communist Party. So we're not in the military, we're not in the political. What we do on the others, yeah, like social, like a teacher, like uh, the trader. So except military
hmm,
and political, for me, uh, we not talk so much about political after
yeah,
1965. But
hmm,
in Indonesia, we have the um, reform the political on the 1998. Yeah? Since then,
yeah,
I think all the Chinese people is realized, and then they can start being political. Maybe after my
mm,
generation, that one it can be happen. But with my
hmm,
generation, I was born in 1970, so no, we don't choose a political uh, mm,
yeah,
or military.
yeah. Now you were here in Bali, but I believe around 1997 and 1998 there was uh, some uh, Muslim discrimination against Chinese. The situation with Chinese maybe in Java became
Oh yeah,
worse
so
in about
uh, in my life, yeah, I moved the
yeah,
place is in the right time. So when I was born until I was 19, I live in Java.
yeah,
Everything is still fine, everything under control. And then I moved to Bali.
mm-hmm,
Now, when I moved to Bali in
mm-hmm,
1989, uh, the
yeah,
the the reform. The reform is when? It's 1998, I think. So after about 10 years.
Yeah.
In Bali, the situation is much different with the Java because the people and the culture is very, very different. The Balinese
Yeah.
people influenced with the Chinese culture, yeah. So everything you see in Bali
Yeah.
actually is like a Chinese culture, like a barong. Barong then actually is from the China, is from Barong side. So that's why.
Is that
Mm,
right?
yeah. If you
Wow.
see the dance,
I didn't know that.
the lion that is similar actually, but of course they will adapt in this culture because yeah, they are to
Oh.
like a duplicate actually, yeah. But
Oh.
the
Yeah.
basic is from the Chinese Barong side, you know. So that's one for the instant. So the culture is like in Pura they use a coin, yeah. This coin is a Chinese coin, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a Chinese coin. They call
Oh.
it uh, piece bolong something. It's called coin with
Uh-huh.
a hole. So
Hmm.
this is a Chinese money, Chinese coin. So in Bali,
Huh.
when I was here, I was lucky because uh, our culture is similar with Balinese. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
it's easy for you to understand that I am eat a pork and Balinese people eat pork. It's
Uh-huh.
slightly different in Java. Yeah, this is for the something is
Oh, that's right. That's right. Muslims don't eat pork.
very
Yeah.
simple. In Java, uh, if you want, if you have a friend and that you tell, oh, yesterday I ate pork, I ate roast pork, or I ate babi guling something, they will upset. So here, uh, same. So for me, it's a good time when I move until today. So the
Yeah.
this Balinese culture, we are fine.
Ah. Ah. Yes, I understand. Well,
Uh, but you must make a different or make a separate. My experience when I was in Java, in Bali, in Java,
yeah.
it's more difficult actually. Yeah, uh, but
Yeah.
but in Bali, because the culture is similar with Chinese, everything is here. I will feel safe than Java.
Oh, that's very interesting. I also know Muslims who like it here better. They feel more free here. Some of the Muslims I know here, especially women.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. Um, do you have any thoughts about more practical but very serious problems and Indonesia's and Bali's role in, say, like the world problem with trash, especially plastic trash? Do you have any thoughts about that?
Yes, I think we aware. I am aware with uh, the pollution. Yeah, the pollution.
Yeah,
Plastic is the most pollutant in the world right now. So,
yeah.
in my experience, everything we use today is contain the plastic. Whatever we do,
Boy, isn't that true?
mm,
Yeah.
one day we always use a plastic from the plastic bag,
Yeah.
plastic cover, uh, sometimes for the cooking. Yeah, we use always a plastic.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to minimize this one or recycle it. I think the best is we can do recycle. We cannot
Mm-hmm.
we cannot to avoid using a plastic because everything is made from plastic. So what the best
Yeah.
I do now is do recycle. Like the plastic bag, is possible I will use more than one time. So we keep
Yes.
using and then where with not use it anymore. Now we can collect in one place and
Yeah.
then give to what pemulung or trash in the bin in one separate separate place. So what I do now, I separate the what the plastic bottle. I reuse the plastic and what else I do? Yeah, that one. What I do so far for myself to
Yeah.
keep less
Yeah.
use plastic.
Yeah. Uh, I was very lucky where I lived in California. There was a big computer recycling center. And wow, did they recycle just tons and truckloads of computers and different computer parts. And they'd separate them all. I didn't know what happened with them. But just the world of computers has added so much trash. But yeah, the world seems to be aware of it. It's a global problem. What about global warming, climate change? What do you think about that?
Um, Actually, I'm agree with what there is a people will can do with the to trace the electronic thing, yeah, because like when I have a I don't use or I will trace my TV or like now I use
Hmm.
also trace my the old computer is very difficult. But what I do now, there is some people can collect that one. Sometimes they buy very cheap,
Hmm.
like maybe $1, $2. So they said that they can do. They will take some part, but I believe what he do is he only take a few, and then the rest they will press it somewhere. So if we have a
Yeah.
place for the electronic recycle, like in California, I think that one is very good because we don't have
Hmm.
that place. I think even in Java for this time. And
Hmm.
for the global warming is
Hmm.
a big concern, yeah, for me because it will affect the world if we not start about the global warming right now. I think the world will be collapse maybe in the I don't know how many years, but I think it will collapse soon, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because like
Yeah.
now the temperature is getting hot. Sometimes the water is difficult in some place.
Yeah.
Some people don't have the water. This is a big problem because of the global warming now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
so I don't do anything yet for the global warming because I don't know where we can involve of that one. If a car, I need a
Yeah. No
car.
kidding.
So I need to go somewhere with the car. And then if electric car is become uh, popular or selling, so maybe I will change with the electric car.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, it people in Bali, and there might be a lot of traffic, but the Bali and Indonesia use much less energy per person than the United States. And right now, the United States and China are the two big contributors
Yeah, the
to,
industry.
the carbon dioxide. But people are working on it. Uh, but yeah, I'm very worried about it. Uh, Have you noticed a change in the temperature, in the weather?
Yeah. If I compare when I was like 10 years old until today, I think now it's become hotter. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hotter now.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In Bali,
Mm-hmm.
the problem we need to have our private transportation, like we have car or motorbike, because we don't have much on the public transportation.
No, I know that's
This is
terrible. That's
this is the
terrible.
thing that I cannot do much on the global warming, because we still use like the aircon. The aircon we use because it's hot. If you don't use aircon, difficult to sleep.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, for
Uh-huh.
the global warming, I don't do so much.
Yeah, I understand. It's hard to know what to do. Um, I'm going to go back to your business a little bit. How did your business, how did you come to be have this Koko computer, where mainly what you do is help people with software, and if they have a hardware problem, if it's simple, you'll deal with it, but if it's complex, you know who to send it to fix. So whatever problem a person has with a computer, they can call you. I mean, uh, and I know you're very busy. Almost everyone I know knows who you
Yeah.
are. Uh, you know, uh, and I've been in your home, and just you are constantly getting phone calls and dealing with things, and you've got staff, and your whole downstairs is full of computers and computer parts and all that. It's really very busy. Uh, how quickly did it grow from when you first got interested in 1993 to being like now, where you're so in demand and so busy?
So I can tell this is my lucky life. Yeah. As you know, the computer start from computer already start from 1960 or a long time ago. But the computer most popular in 1990. In 1990, when I
Mm-hmm.
start the computer, when I work on the computer, it is the time the computer start here. Maybe in the maybe
Ah,
earlier, maybe in 1980, I think. Yeah, because I know the first
yeah,
computer, like we call it computer, is we call it XT or AT, the processor. That one is start on the 1980, I think. Um, uh,
mm,
so I just say it's lucky for me. When I start this business, it is when the computer start here. So at
yeah,
that time, not so many people doing the computer. So in Bali, I'm already I think the business already start, and then I start. I do the computer. So yeah, because why? Because not so many people at that time, and then uh, I start
yeah,
the fixing computer, and then from from my friend, from my teacher, from the teacher to the friend, and then to the one to the some company, some small hotel, and then it start growing mouth by mouth. Um,
yeah,
so why I can be popular or people know me, because I think
yeah,
the time when I start is the right time. Mm.
yeah, yeah. Well, you're also you're very good at what you do. You're very efficient. Listen, uh, one reason I can't leave Bali is because there's such good tech support. Good Lord,
Uh,
this is so much better and easier than what's available to me in California. Uh, Actually, that computer recycling center was very good. That's where I went. Most people didn't know about it. But uh, anyway, your prices are good. You're honest. You're quick. Uh, uh, anyway, I really appreciate it. And you know, uh, you keep on top of things too. I was very surprised though. You said you didn't have a microphone in your computer. That was
Because
funny.
I don't use it in the computer. If I want to use, I won't use like in my phone only. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand.
it's too
Well,
much thing to do in the computer.
yeah,
If I use a call in the computer, so uh, even the messenger, I use only for the chat. I'm not using for voice or call.
well, you're smart. You got to limit yourself.
Mm.
Well, look, Untung, I appreciate your spending so much time with me. Oh, I want to ask you about your name.
Yeah,
Is Untung your given name that your parents gave you when you were born?
yeah. Sa Untung, yeah,
Because, and now the word Untung means lucky in Indonesia. It means luck, fortune, good
yeah.
fortune. And so that's a neat name.
Yeah. So my full name is
uh,
Untung Sugianto. There is a story behind that name.
yeah,
When I
please.
was born, via Chinese Indonesia. So uh, for my father, or yeah, for my father, they can still use a Chinese name. Yeah, but
Yeah.
again, after 1965, we must
Mm,
have the change. All the Chinese become Indonesian. The school, we
mm.
not allow again in the Chinese school. The Chinese school transformed to Indonesian school. Even the name. So uh, I still have the Chinese name, but we must have the Indonesian name. So my Indonesian name, my mother gave to me Untung. My father actually want to give me the name is Slamat. Slamat is in English is safe, yeah, safe
Right.
or.
Oh,
But my mother don't like it, and then sitting Untung. Untung mean like also safe, lucky, profit, fortune.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
So that one is my name history.
yeah. I think that's better than slamat. Slamat is used so much. It's like used for congratulations and good day and
Yeah,
everything.
Slamat is from
Uh,
Arab, yeah.
oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
In Java, they change the pronunciation, become Slamat. Slamat
Yeah.
is more like Javanese. Untung, Untung is
Ah.
more Indonesian.
Um, well, that's interesting. What's your Chinese name?
Um, my family name is my surname is Chang. Um,
Uh-huh.
like if you know the politician in China is Chiang Kai-shek. The same.
Oh, yeah, I know who Chiang Kai-shek was. Is your was your family associated uh, with more with the Chiang
Yeah,
Kai-shek
same
uh,
same family
faction?
name.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. I went to high school with and junior high school with uh, a Chinese uh, student, James Chang,
Oh, same.
and he was really exceptional. He was really, really exceptional.
Jing is
Uh,
the same
yeah,
family name with me. So my complete Chinese name is Chang Li Ming.
Chang Li
Yeah.
Ming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's our now. Our Malaysian friends use Chinese names. That now, and it was and back then, actually, they made it where you couldn't study Mandarin or you couldn't study what was your family speaking Mandarin?
Okay. So we are live in Java, in East Java. So in Java, we use the traditional language where we live. So let's say I live in Jember. So I speaking Madura, yeah, Madura.
Oh, you were speaking Madura. Did you ever learn
Yeah,
Chinese?
I learned Chinese when I was in the elementary school. So uh, I can wrote little bit, but little.
Uh
But
huh. And was it? Did you learn Mandarin?
yeah, I learned Mandarin. But I'm Chinese,
Yeah,
Mandarin Chinese.
yeah, yeah.
Every
Uh,
in Indonesia, they
hmm.
speak the local language. Yeah? Like people, Chinese people in Denpasar, they will speak a Balinese. We still
Yeah,
use the
yeah.
Chinese language, but this is for the elder people only. So, for my generation,
Yeah.
no, we are speak Indonesian and the local language.
And wasn't it? Didn't they stop teaching Chinese in the schools for a long
Yes, in
time?
1965. But after Indonesian reform, 1998, we are allowed again to have the all in the Chinese, like to celebrate.
Chinese. Is 98 when Suharto was no longer in power? Uh
After
huh.
Gus Dur, Dur is
Uh huh.
who is we can call the Gus Dur, Abdul Rahman Wahid. The nickname is Gus Dur.
Mm-hmm.
Gus Dur, yeah, we call it like a Indonesia Chinese father. Gus
Oh.
Dur who allow
Oh.
we use our culture again. Uh,
Mm. Mm.
we have a holiday
Mm.
for the Chinese New Year on January, March.
Mm-hmm.
It was stopped or not celebrate after 65 until 1998.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
so not like different like
Oh.
in Singapore or Malaysia. Yeah, Malaysia.
Or San Francisco,
Malaysia
I moved
from
to San Francisco area when I was 21, and Chinese New Year is a big
yeah,
deal
so
there.
they are stopped to work. They have a holiday, maybe 2 days, yeah, maybe or more, 1 week maybe over there.
Yeah.
But the Chinese Indonesia has they have the speciality. So for me, I was born in East Java, so we don't speak much Chinese. But the Chinese in Sumatra, Kalimantan, and Sulawesi, they speak Chinese
Yeah.
over there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Really?
it's
Huh.
Sumatra like
Huh.
uh, Riau, Medan. Um, if you know the Chinese politician Ahok, they are from
Uh-huh.
Bintan, yeah. Over there, they all speak Chinese. Even the
Hmm.
generation still speak Chinese until today.
Mm-hmm. And oh, that's very interesting. Now, it's New Year's Eve now, and so I'm going to be uh, having a New Year's Eve dinner with my wife in a minute. um, so you've got is New Year's the regular New Year's Eve now? Anything special for you?
Yeah, this time is very special for everybody because we are not allowed to go uh, we're not to go. We're not allowed to go to the to the public area. Yeah. So the
Yeah.
government limited until 11 p.m. So nobody on the street after 11.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So
Yeah. Yeah. There's a curfew. There's a curfew.
this this
Yeah.
New Year is a special. So everybody at home.
And and Chinese New Year, when is that? Is that in
I
February?
think usually in the February.
Yeah. Well, I hope and when there's Chinese New Year, do you
Yeah.
celebrate that?
Before last year, I went to Java last year.
Oh, no
Yeah.
kidding.
There is this pandemic in Indonesia start on the March. Yeah. In Wuhan, I think it's starting on the February in Wuhan. Uh,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, right.
at,
Right, right,
uh,
right.
last Chinese New Year, many people travel to China and then they bring to all over the world. So last year, I still go to
Right.
Java, but this year, no, too difficult. I think
Yeah,
like this
right.
time, like today,
Right.
the government will have a letter for the antigen with the PCR letter, negative
Yeah.
swab PCR. So too difficult now
Yeah.
if you want to go somewhere or to travel.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. Well, so you go back to Java sometimes to your family home?
Yeah, every year on the Chinese New Year.
Oh, that's wonderful. And are both your parents alive?
No, both my parents is passed away.
But you have brothers and
Yeah,
sisters?
my brother, I have uh, two brother in Jember and then one brother in Jogja.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, of course. You were born in 1970. I see. Right. A brother in Jogja. I love Jogja. That's the only place we've been in Java. We really liked it a
Yeah,
lot in
yeah,
that
it's a
area.
tourism city.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Untung, I really appreciate your talking with me. That's all very interesting. I appreciate it. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, I like this pandemic is over soon. Yeah, I hope in 1 year
Mm-hmm.
it all finish and then we can go to the normal life again. But I
Yeah.
think another 1 year.
Yeah. And Happy New Year to you and your wife and your your kids. They're not kids anymore. Uh, but and thank you very much. And I'll uh, I'll be seeing you soon. Oh, I should tell you, I don't I don't see how I can't update my WhatsApp. I think I need to get rid of it and reload it.
On the
You know?
on the iPhone yesterday, I'm selling the iPhone 12, and then I
Yeah.
also set up the WhatsApp. I think yeah, you can do the remove it, uninstall it, and then re-download again with the latest version.
Yeah. Well, I backed it up on the cloud. That's very easy to
Yeah,
do. Um, yeah, and I should mention that I buy all my computers, and I bought a new iPhone from you this year, and my old one was like I don't know 8, 9 years old. I don't know
I
how
think
old,
it's not
and
a
it's
problem
been
on the iPhone SE then.
yeah, and I love it. The SE, I got the smallest, cheapest one I could, and it's very
Yeah,
nice.
good.
It's very close to my old
Actually,
one.
the SE is quite
So,
similar the engine with the 11. Yeah,
uh huh,
the engine
uh
is
huh,
a
uh huh.
pretty fast phone.
Oh, it's fine for me, and I really like it. It's got it's got better. It's got pretty good recording. I've made podcasts with it. Uh, that not talking to someone with it, but some of my podcasts are just me talking, and I've done some just with it, and it works pretty good. Yeah, it's great. Good camera and all that. So anyway, thank you very much for that and everything. Thanks for talking to me and
Yeah,
Happy
Happy
New
New Year
Year.
to you and then Katrika.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Bye bye. So thank you very much, Untung Sugianto, Changling Ming. I hope I don't have to be calling you anytime soon. It's like, you might like your doctor, but you don't want to have to call them. So this has been a Cute Audio podcast. Thanks for listening. I'm DC Poobah of Cute Audio and Cute Archives, coming to you from Sleepy Sanur with Dog and Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.